Hello and welcome everyone. It's been a while, and today we're gonna be playing the non-existence of Morphean Paradox: The Forest of Silver Shallots, which is the sequel to the non-existence of You and Me. It's still in early access, very early access. So let's check out how it's first starting out. Let's try this out. And we are right back where the first game ended, talking to Lilith at the moment between games. Okay, this is weird, there's no sound in it. Hold on, let me try something. Oh! Sounds here. Just shitty setup on my part. Okay, back to the philosophy. I see. First game was effectively just a huge philosophy dissertation, wasn't it? Ah, there it is, Lilith's voice. Okay, so I assume she's talking about the first game, about how it would always just go back to the start unless you just stopped playing. Okay, but I wonder, is this promise... Oh, fuck, I don't remember the first game perfectly, it's been a while, but did we promise to meet each other again? Or is this something about... something relating to this game starting over and over again? Like, the promise of this game, I don't remember. But, That's fair. That's fair, it's a new game and all. And I'm glad to be back. Has to be a surprise and all that, huh? That we should. This Wonderland won't last long, if I remember correctly. Oh! Okay, more choices. The first game had choices, but not like this. Okay, can I select them with the keyboard? No. Seem a bit different from before. Yeah. Okay, but has her design changed at all? I don't think. I think it's the same design. That would be very hard, Lilith. Just did a little twirl, then gently sat back down. Now she looks even more adorable. It's just the two of you here, so if you think she's cute, then she definitely is. So you watch her stand up, do a little cute twirl, then gently sit back down. Now she looks even more adorable. That's fascinating, Lilith. Look at that smile. Okay, so, there's a hurry, or are we going the first? I mean, should I ask these questions even though I already played the first game? I mean, I mean, it's a new beginning, new game, new audience. So yeah, do introduce yourself, Lilith. Oh, we are talking, Lilith. So if you can remember. Okay, oh, I only have 2 questions? Okay. The first of Silver Shallots. Which was the game she was making in the first game? The tabletop we played. So, she's rebuilt this world properly this time around. Okay, now here's face... Paimon. Holy shit, we are playing Genshin Impact. Sit up on your throne. This throne, built of obsidian and twisted iron bones, is as cold as a coffin. You feel like a specimen pinned upon it. No, you are pinned here. Wait, what? Yes! You here. What's it saying? That's not something a demon lord should ponder. Okay, you immediately return to your role. The demon lord, Rahabat of the demon castle. So if we're summoned as the demon lord, from what I read in the Steam page, Focus not the demon lord anymore, but weren't we supposed to be the guild master? Also, we have more voices outside of just Lilith right now. That's such an improvement. As their lord, you should make some gesture. What are the only two of you? Where are my 4 heavenly kings? Some reckless ants who don't know when to die. Rogarty, you need no honor for no honor of them. I don't know, just surrender gracefully. Let's go for the questions I know the game wants me to ask. You just struggle between choices, you know. Sure thing, Lilith. Let's play her game. And so your words bypass your mind's folds and twists, sliding into your mouth. Okay, so we're just have to play the role, huh? Voice from throat, deep and majestic. Paimon nods slightly the corners of his mouth, curling up with satisfaction. The massive doors ahead burst open, interrupting your thoughts. Fire and smoke pour into the corridor. You see those figures. Oh, it's her! A magic swordsman wielding a rapier. Electric arcs dancing in his hand. A girl bearing a massive scythe. Her gaze cold as ice. Ah yeah, I think I read this in the Steam page. It's the princess. A traitor to the demon race, yet with a gentle and resolute expression. Yeah, okay, but isn't the plot twist of the original Forest of Silver Shallots that the princess was the demon king? Or are we not going with that? Oh, Sartre! A small researcher with several magic turrets floating around her. A ranger lurking on the outskirts, ready to strike at any moment. And that one in silver armor. Unfathomable. Your chest suddenly tightens. You know him well. Dark Lilith? You know him. Error missing line. Was that meant to be there? You don't know him. Your knowledge of him is limited to a rising star among the humans. Regardless, he grips his sword and walks toward you. Because he knows him because isn't this supposed to be our character? Left, right, and behind. Attacks coming from every direction. Except up. Up is still free. You can jump, you know. The hardest to deal with were still the armored swordsmen and Lilith attacking from the front. One agile and unpredictable, the other powerful and heavy. Their coordination was flawless. Lilith, together. Okay, but I wanna know, how are we 2 people? Did something go wrong with Lilith? Caught off guard, you took their combined attack head on. Is this just a really weird roleplay? Scales shattered, blood gushing forth. You staggered back a few steps, wiping your palm across the wound, the sticky sensation and warm stench of blood and unfamiliar dizziness. Yet the fighting spirit and ferocity in your eyes only intensified. Oh shit! He's starting his second phase! Moments later, the battle ended without suspense. These insects did unleash great power under extreme emotions, but that was as far as they could go. You slowly raised her sharp claws, preparing to pierce his heart and end it all. Who's speaking? You turn to look. It's that magic swordswoman named Lilith, collapsed on the ground. A crystal vial is hurled, but its target is not you. Curious what tricks she might still have, you simply watch in silence. A crisp shattering sound rings out, and a fierce wind accompanied by thick, light-devouring black mist surges forth from the fragments. You furrow your brow. What's this? Why does it feel so familiar? The moment that mist touches you, you begin to feel unprecedented pain and terror. Amid your agonized screams, you slowly dissolve into a puddle of mist-emitting black ichor, gradually losing all consciousness. No, your consciousness is clearer than ever before. Now you are Morphean Paradox. Look at the black mist and wreckage before you, somewhat dazed. The Demon Lord has been defeated by you all, so you're switching between POVs? Lilith, we did it. Oh, stray pixel. Grin soft. At such a cost. What kind of victory is this? Lilith? No response. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end without warning, an icy chill racing up your spine. Someone is watching you from deep within the dark mist. Sensing something wrong, you look toward where the black mist is gathering in shock. A slender, elegant, graceful figure coalesces within the black mist. It's not Rahabat, rather it's someone so familiar it defies belief. Oh, Dark Lilith! Then the black mist slowly dispersed and the moonlight poured through the shattered window upon her visage, a countenance wrought of moonlight and venom, the very image of Lilith, yet wholly other. Her skin was pale to translucence, gleaming of a cold, pearlescent glow beneath the moon, as though never touched by the warmth of the mortal world. You grip your sword tightly, your throat bubbling as you swallow blood, like a wolf pinned by a spear yet trying to tear out a hunter's throat. A glimmer of curiosity kindled in her eyes, then gave way to knowing. Okay. What is this? End of the journey? End of what? It's classic on. I am barely. Same thing as the first game. Her fingers upon the helm traced its contours, slender digits gliding slowly downward along the blood, an elusive tenderness flickering within her gaze. In that single instant, like a kind bird seizing a rope thrown down, you grasp the sliver of a chance for revenge. The blade in your hand pierces through the chest of the monster before you. In the instant everything is decomposed, each particle of dust transforms into deep crimson petals fluttering to the air. She waits quietly for you to completely dissipate, withdrawing her hand as a single petal falls into her palm. Okay, so now that we died, we go back to the start. We and Lilith find each other again, and the story begins anew. You open your eyes, before you is the familiar... No. You're not familiar with it. I want you to know that, the cylinder says. But isn't this the candy jar that she fed this candy from in the first game? The sailor was sort of so close, I'm not satisfied. I'm too tired, I just want to rest. It's all part of the plan, trust me, bro. Okay, so we are repeatedly trying to figure out a way to beat even everything in the Silver Forest, so I'm assuming the game will involve a lot of finishing and restarting. Somewhat similar to the first one. Maybe I'll take it seriously this time. Okay, oh, so here we are building our character. Even resolve, strength, eloquent speech, nimble agility, clever mind. Let's go for eloquent speech. Aha! Our charisma goes up, like I expected. Social expert. From the blank void comes the sound of pages turning once more, followed by the gentle voice with its rising intonation. Oh shit! The untranslated text. Okay, so, I mean, your appearance, nothing happened. This is just stats, which... Change your... okay. So, change race.
3 hours later.
Well, at least we got some extra stats. Race, advice. Okay, yeah, no, we're good. From the void comes a cute murmuring voice, seemingly surprised by your choice, before falling silent once more. After an unknown amount of time, the voice sounds again. See ya, Lilith. The familiar figure gradually fades, dissolving into rippling waters. The world turns white, and you fall from the sky to the earth. Oh. No. 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 Snow. Mountains. A horse. Waking up.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
Lilith! Oh, Lilith! Beneath you, beside you, in every inch of space your eyes could reach, piled high were corpses of every shape. And yeah, like I mentioned to Lilith, we're just wearing an armor the whole time this game. So your senses gradually sharpen, and the persistent swaying sensation crept over you. Yes, you realized you were lying in a cart. A cart filled with corpses, no less. With another jolt, the pressure from both sides intensified. Oh, Lilith! Ah, the song! Okay, so... I've never been better. Who's talking to me? Never been better. Never tried sleeping squeezed with so many corpses before. Turns out that bunnies weren't that stiff. They're soft. Actually pretty comfy. Thanks, Lilith. Why was a corpse talking to you? Maybe you've been dead all along. Just a thinking corpse. Haha. Oh. Bro, those are voices. For what? For the armor or for the bodies? Jump off the cart, the thought flashed through your mind. But could you really slip away unnoticed from a jolting cart piled with corpses? Oh, jump off the cart. I don't have that agility. So, I mean, the odds. Hey, I mean, at least it lets you choose the option, even if you don't have the attributes. Oh, or wait, is 51 agility my attribute? And it doesn't give me a good chance at succeeding. Anyways, I might as well listen to the conversation a little longer, try to get some info. Okay, but wasn't the black mist something that only came out of Lilith? Controlled by your mind, flashed with images of yourself being cut into irregular chunks. That's an interesting question, Lilith. But do dead fishes have thoughts? If the oven could think, I suppose the dead fish could also think, don't you think? The corpse was talking again. Was this person under you? How else could they always know what you were thinking? Maybe this was just a hallucination. Yes, a vivid nightmare. You would never become sashimi. The only thing to do now was to break free from this pile of corpses immediately. See, told you it was better not to run. The goblins are just gonna do it for us. And you, lying in a pile of corpses, along an unfamiliar girl with twin tails. Agree, deceive, stay and fight. But why would that deceive? Why would I want to deceive her? Yeah, just stay and fight. Select the sword at your waist, and the desire to fight welled up inside you. I think you should stay and fight the monsters. You know, it doesn't make much sense. Those two soldiers didn't seem like good people. Okay. Alright, combat tutorial. Okay. How did they still catch up? So, okay. No tutorial. Okay, no tutorial. Okay, it's Byron's time. Oh, now they die. If you're in the mysterious girl's coordinated assault, the last goblin fell heavily to the ground. If you hadn't helped us, we would already be dead at the claw of these beasts. Really? Is that how good the soldiers of this kingdom are? Damn. After we finish our business, we'll see you in Marigold Town. We'll repay you properly. This place is dangerous. We'll take our leave first. The two soldiers scrambled onto the carriage, whipped the horses without looking back, fleeing from this dangerous place. Bro, why is the dubbing gone? The goblins all descend here. You recognized her, or rather, recognized the voice. The corpse who had squeezed into the pile of bodies with you, saying things that made no sense. You don't want to stay here and get turned to goblin sashimi, do you? Why sashimi? You shook your head. You definitely didn't want to become sashimi. Then follow me to the nearby town first. We can figure these things out when we get there. If your mind completely blank, you probably did need someone to guide you out of this dangerous area. Besides, there seem to be more rustling sounds coming from deep in the forest. Sure, let's go with Lilith. Quickly left the bloody place. Before long, the outline of a town gradually appeared ahead, and there were more people on the road. Okay, untranslated town name. Nice. The streets bustled with people, the air thick with pungent mix of horse manure, baking bread, cured leather, and cheap spices. The bakery owner nearby pushed out a batch of freshly baked flatbread, the rising steam making one involuntarily step back. The voices are back, nice. Oh, CG art! The twin-tailed girl tilts her head, watching you. A breeze sweeps past, and her silver hair, laced with sunlight, dances in the wind. Your heart suddenly began pounding. Your mind in chaos. Your name? The Morphean Paradox. Good question. Couldn't remember anything. Maybe you got knocked around in that cart. But deep in your mind, some words seem to be faintly echoing. Morphean Paradox. Is that what it was called? No, it's the Morphean Paradox. The is important. The mysterious girl who called herself Lilith was still looking at you with a smile. Will you tell her your name? I am the Morphean Paradox. I am blank. Why would I tell you my name? I am... You thought you did have a name, so you tried to say it, but it seemed like you only moved your lips. No sound coming out at all. Lilith leaned forward, moving slightly closer to you. You tried opening your mouth again, but still no sound came out. You had to give up. Seeing that you hadn't spoken for a while, Lilith just smiled and shrugged. Well, I came to Marigold Town because it was the closest thing around after I woke up in a cart of corpses. A buzzing sound suddenly grew louder in your mind, and Lilith's voice became distant and blurred. Your past. Yes, who exactly are you and why are you here? You can remember anything, yet everything around you felt strangely familiar. And this girl before you. You should be wary of a stranger, yet you couldn't help but think about and respond to her questions. As if you had always done so. Oh, new sprite! Lilith's voice briefly pulled you out of your thoughts. Confess your own loss of memory. I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember anything. I don't know who I am, and I've forgotten my past. Morphean paradox, that's the only thing I remember. Lilith suddenly leaned closer and lowered her voice.
或者，其实你就是那个逐梦者呢？你只是在记起你自己。
You see, the is important, Lilith. It should be capitalized. You were so close that you could almost hear her heartbeat. Her light crimson eyes were strikingly bright in your vision. You wanted to tell her everything about yourself, but right now you were just an empty shell. Just then you felt yourself being shoved aside by brute force. Flustered male adventure. No, I already said no. Irritable female adventure. Didn't you promise to buy me a new sword once this... But you promised to buy me a new sword once this commission went through.
上个委托的赏金都用来赔礼道
Okay,
歉
the
了。
dubbing's back.
你不会忘了自己把人家农田烧了吧？
Good. A man and woman passed you by. Your gaze fell on the huge backpack the man was carrying. Looked like he was the one who shoved you. You were about to call out to them when a small voice interrupted you.
对不起，对不起。
Now who's this one? They are my friends. They were rushing to a commission and didn't notice you.
我替他们道歉。
It's so weird that some lines just aren't dubbed. She flashes you an apologetic nod, then jogs off after the bickering pair ahead. Your gaze followed the departing trio. They wore leather armor and had weapons at their waists.
那个女生是不是很可爱？
Depends which one. The mage, the small one, or you? The one in front of me. Really quite cute. She really is cute. Just a bit timid. Where the hell are we now?
我想想，是一个管理工会发布委托的地方。
Guild?
只有加入工会、注册在籍的冒险者，才能做讨伐魔物的营生。
Ah, so this is how we get the guild we manage.
冒险者们聚集在一起，成为同伴，互相扶持，一同前进，克服万难。服务中心的宣传海报上是这样说的。他们的关系看起来不就非常不错吗？
Suddenly you wanted to know, where in this world are you? How are you supposed to survive? I would like to look around nearby.
附近转转吗？当然可以。你打算做什么？
Okay, a bakery chat with the owner, fetch a street contract for soldiers, wish the notice board, look at the flyers on the wall. Bakery. What a nice chap. Seeing someone come in, he glanced up, but his hands never stopped working.
两位需要什么？
He thought for a moment, considering your attire did seem a bit out of place in a bakery, and found a relatively out-of-the-way corner in the stand. He was seeing me before. 35%, please work. Check result is 80. God, what? I don't know what value I was supposed to expect there, but okay. Before he could respond, your eyes were accidentally knocked over a nearby shelf. The freshly arranged wheat cakes were about to scatter all over the floor. Oh no. Failure. Failed to catch the overturned tray and the still steaming wheat cakes scattered onto the street.
啊！天杀的！你这个浪费粮食的铁罐头！
Oh, I'm sorry, bakery bro. We are walking disaster. The owner threw down what he was holding and rushed up to you. Oh shit.
你们这群冒险者，一天到晚冒冒失失的在镇子上横冲直撞。算了算了，看在你们杀了那么多魔物的份上，快走吧，别挡着我做生意了。
You and Lilith were shooed out into the street by the owner. Okay, that was
看来
not
你没
it.
能得到什么想要的答案呢。还有其他想看的吗？
Okay, can we see everything? Okay. But can we go back there? Okay, so can we just do it again? Success slice. Nice. You reach out to get the tipping tray and grab 2 wheat cakes about to hit the ground with your other hand.
好身手，虽然要不是你进来，我的烤盘也不会倒。
Okay, I have the feeling that they should have probably blocked me from doing this twice. I mean, it's still early access, so you know, because if reduce the benefit on a tray
我没见过你，
for a ball.
尤其是你这身打扮。要是我见过你，指定记得。
That's fair. Okay, so we can go again. We can go again. What we want? Head to the street corner. Let's see the soldiers. Right.
两位，请问金盏镇这边银色格里芬的营地在哪里？
Ah, there we go. So they are part of the army. It seems. I mean, no, we already knew they were soldiers. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, the silver griffins, huh? Right, camp. That's the word you were looking for. The 2 soldiers' faces flushed red. Their eyes wander between the 2 of you for a while, between waving you off dismissively.
去，别打扰我们喝酒。
Aha, deputy. Okay, but who's Deputy Brownies? Was it? I don't recall. Straightening your back and tightening your cloak. According to the bakery owner's description, Ronnie should be a rather strict and rule-abiding fellow. Excuse me, when did he say this? The 2 soldiers in front of you go pale, hurriedly hiding their bottles behind them.
您是朗尼副官
The
的部下。
bakery guy never said that.
听说那个四爷最近确实在派人到处巡查。哎，他们刚从王城过来，不清楚方向也正常。
You maintain a composed posture, waiting for the 2 soldiers in front of you to answer your question.
就在那个路口，左转出城，很快就能到。
Nice. Okay, so we can't go there again. We can still go to the bakery. I mean, sure, let's see if he mentions Ronnie.
两位需要什么？
Nice, okay.
我可是这条街出了名的记性好，谁买过什么，买了多少面包，我可都记得牢牢的。更别提你这种大块头，要是来过，我指定记得。喏，就是街边站着的那2个。那就是2个酒囊饭袋，没什么用处。最近王城派了个叫朗尼的副官来，听说那家伙严厉的很，真该让他把这2个家伙抓去矿场。
Okay, but here's the thing. Yeah, it's glitched, so we can get the Ronnie dialogue even if we don't. Let's check this line. So now we could go to the soldiers and talk to them about Ronnie. We approached them all, covered with old, tattered newspapers. The text had been washed away by rain, making it hard to read. After leaning in closer, the only thing still legible was a freshly posted wanted. Below in small print it says, Colin Scarlet, highly dangerous. If you have any leads, please contact the nearest grieving soldier. Your gaze shifted to another paper beside it, with Church of Isaiah written in large ornate calligraphy. It seemed to be urging people to follow the goddess' footsteps, ending with, the goddess's radiance shall forever guide humanity. Okay, I think this should not be up here.
这位先生，我打远一
Ah,
看
here
就
we
知
go,
道
our
您
first
身手非
scam.
凡呐。
A man in long robes suddenly emerges mysteriously from the crowd, blocking our path with an eager tone.
尤其是这把剑。
Your gaze falls on the iron sword at your waist, no patterns or gems, and it's even a bit rusty. But you just used it in battle. Well, maybe your combat skills have nothing to do with the quality of your weapon.
但您这把剑，它上面充斥着。
Oh, wait, maybe he's actually giving this indecent information? The man tenses his face and makes exaggerated expressions, and finally shakes his head vigorously.
不祥的气息。不过没关系，我们正巧有着可以净化一切的圣水。
A priest.
您只要将剑交给我，我很快就会将它处理干净的。
The man chatters endlessly in your ear, while your stomach grows at an inopportune moment. His eyes dart, and he quickly pulls out a piece of bread from his bag.
面包铺新出炉的，您一定饿了，快吃些东西。
I don't trust this guy. The faint wheat aroma from the street moments ago is now amplified. Since waking up among a pile of corpses and traveling all the way here, you haven't eaten a thing.
那
Hungry.
家伙明显不正常，你真的要吃他的
I
面包吗？
tried not to, Lilith. Why fuss over a piece of bread? You feel like everything in your mind has been emptied, leaving only this bread. Please. Lilith's urgent voice pulls you back to your senses. Yes, you're certain now. Something is definitely wrong. You drop the bread on the ground. You slowly reach for the sword at your waist, but feel someone tugging at your cloak. It's Lilith. She watches you with a worried expression, while the man waits quietly for your response. What you do? Should you hear what Lilith has to say? Yes. Lilith pulls you aside.
我能感受到这块水晶上有某种，
See?
虽然大概率它并不是什么珍贵的宝物。
But that sword doesn't look like anything good either.
不像是好东西。
Realizing she's gotten a bit emotional, Lilith clears her throat and lowers her voice.
好吧，不是什么好东西，随便你吧。反正这是你的剑，你有权决定它的去
You're
留。
not shoving the bloody sword away. Lilith seems a bit upset. You can figure out why she's suddenly talking like this.
这位先生，您真的没有考虑好吗？这可是来自于圣辉山一带的圣水，有了它做洗涤，您的剑一定能恢复如初的。如若不是看到您这样伟岸的冒险者即将陷入险境，我才不会将圣水花费在这种事上呀。
He is desperate to do it. Oh my god. The man looks deeply moved, his words sincere. You can even see tears of emotion welling up at the corner of his eyes. Success, nice. Yeah, sure enough, seeing you put away your sword, the man who was watching from the corner immediately stepped down and stood behind his companion. While you were mentally sizing at the man's muscles, the bowed man had already raised his fist. At the same time, you heard the sound of metal being drawn.
别忘了， 我也是一名剑士呢。
There we go, it's a 2-1-2. We're good. You're so patiently talking to me for so long. So you've finally shown your true colors.
我就知道这家伙不好惹。计划有变，快撤！
The man posing as followers of Isaiah let out pathetic yelps and bolted into a nearby alley in a flash. With Lilith leading the way, you soon arrived at the guild service center. Oh? Lilith stared at the tightly closed doors of the service center with an incredulous expression. This look on Lilith was quite fresh. You watched with interest for a while.
抱歉，路上好像浪费了太多时间。
Well, that's a pity.
服务中心已经关门了。不好意思，他们可能要晚一些。
Oh, is it the girl from earlier? Oh, it's her. The voice sounded somewhat familiar. You looked up and saw a girl not far away, bowing repeatedly to a tall, thin man. You remembered her, the smallest girl from the trio of adventurers you met at the street corner. Her name was... Erin? When did we learn her name, though?
这位小姐，太阳马上就要落山了，我的宝贝们可都在你朋友。
The gazes of both Erin and the strange merchant were fixed on you. You felt like you were carrying too much expectation. You were planning to go to the Erie Lands anyway. Just taking a look shouldn't cause any trouble. We'll help take a look.
非常感谢你。对不起，我在上一次委托中受了伤，暂时没办法剧烈行动。
所以我们当初为什么要连夜赶路啊？
Ah, there we go.
该死的波灵，从我们的货物上滚开！
Sounds like the adventurers were escorting the cargo. Like the adventurers escorting the cargo had run into trouble. Huh.
押运行程卡得这么紧，不走夜路根本没办法按期交付啊！要是延误了货物交付，那群琥珀天平的混蛋们绝对会直接把我们放到他们的天平上，让按重量卖掉。
I see. Catching the keywords, you and Lilith exchanged a glance and hurried toward the sound of the voices.
我新买的防具。
Sorry, are you wearing any
好
armor?
恶心啊！
哎，我再给你买新的，现在先想办法离开这儿。
该死的，我这被你也粘住，动不了了。
Through the gaps in the trees, you could see a group of round monsters of various shapes, making cute boing sounds while mercilessly attacking the two adventurers. It seemed you had successfully completed the first half of the commission, but were you sure you wanted to rush out and help right now? Yeah, sure. Nice. The two rescued adventurers thanked you profusely, especially the male adventurer, who grabbed your hand and shook it vigorously.
我就知道你是个好人，太感谢了！你又一次让我们避免了被和洛马克破产的风险。
别凑那么近，会被烟熏到眼睛的。
But I can't see clearly from far away.
是因为头盔的关系？那摘下来试试。
That makes sense, so you gently lift the helmet, trying to remove it. At that moment, a sharp tearing sensation rips through your neck. The intense pain makes you break out in cold sweat. You grab the edge of the helmet, but even a slight pull causes a strong tearing feeling in your neck, forcing you to abandon the idea.
没事吧？你还好吗？不好意思啊，我不知道头盔是无法摘下的。
It's fine. I'm fine, but strangely, I've never thought about taking it off before. Do you normally feel nothing no matter how hard you're hit? Right now the armor feels like an extension of your flesh. Removing it forcibly would be like cutting off your own body. Oh yeah, we are nothing but the armor, I imagine.
没事就好，既然你喜欢，就这样带着也不错。
Lilith gently pulled your head into her embrace. Her white hair cascaded like a flowing snow onto your cold silver breastplate, and that small space seemed to block out all the noise of the world. Only her heartbeat and warmth silently seeped through the armor. Oh? Fuck, that timed answer jump scared me. Damn. Her voice was soft yet clear.
这是莉莉丝与你之前会做的事。
Cause yeah, it is Lilith after all.
好啦，该去干点正事了。我们去服务中心办理工会手续吧。
It looks incredibly modern, to say the least. You and Lilith walked in silence for a while, but she didn't seem to mind. Accompanied by Lilith's humming, he soon arrived at the service center entrance. There seemed to be a quest board by the window, and on the wall near the reception area, there were even signs about service ratings and complaint channels. It was much livelier here than you had imagined. Counter, I saw several people. Looking around, I spotted a refined and glamorous shopkeeper in front of a small shop.
欢迎，不论您是普通人、冒险者、伊赛亚信徒科研人员，工会服务中心都会为您提供诚挚服务。会需要5000金币，确认无误后，请在这里填写相关信息，并进行支付。
The grandma usually composes proofs in place.
5000吗？
Oh
我记得之前
no!
还是2000来着。
The price hike.
前线战况有变，王国根据整体情况，对工会建立的缴纳金额上调了3000金币，是否需要呢？
Before he could reply, the crystal in front of the receptionist emitted a series of beeping sounds. She looked down to check and let out a puzzled
第二
murmur.
位的面部扫描结果出来了，这位穿着盔甲的先生是自由冒险者，但这位名为莉莉丝的小姐似乎有一个被冻结的工会。
Prison guild? What do you mean? Oh, the Huikro band! Oh, Sultan folk. Are you gonna make another performance this game, Lilith?
可是查不到任何信息，涉及到的人和相关财产全部都处于冻结、无法使用的状态中。
Game.
不过继承冻结的工会的话，就不需要支付缴纳金了。
Okay, so we really are the Huikro
那
guild.
这位会长大人是贷款建立新工会，还是直接继承莉莉丝小姐原有的工会呢？
Inherit Lilith's guild. I'll inherit the Huiklo guild. Saves the registration fee. Quite a good deal. Yet you vaguely feel something isn't quite
好
right.
的，这边经过系统审查 ，Hills Cross 工会旗下有一笔3000金币的贷款。
So that's why it closed.
这两位的工会还有别的成员吗？
暂时没有呢。
那请允许我提醒两位，务必在1个月内找到至少3名工会成员，确保工会总人数不低于5人啊。
啊，这条新规又是什么时候出的？
和缴纳金额上调同步颁布的呢。目的是为了杜绝闲散人世界工会之名
Okay,
偷税
I
漏税的
feel
不法行为。
Maybe I'm just glancing over text and forgetting stuff, but I feel like maybe there's some translation errors here.
毕竟以后这里就是大本营了，我们可得好好熟悉一下才行呢。
Of course. The busy moments leave little time for leisure. I already feel like going out to explore. Okay, so we can explore, we can just wait and see, or wander aimlessly. I don't think wait and see is gonna get us. I think wait and see might as well just be loitering. So let's explore properly. These maps are clearly quite old. with wet bricks, moss, enough to constitute an ancient building.
你来这里做什么？这边什么都没有啊。
岂不寻思卖这小玩意换点零钱？
Resort structures.
真的有埋下这个来路不明的东西吗？
Sure. Ingrid refers because it's
哎
sad.
呦，您真是有眼光，这是手工特制护肤，佩戴之后，我见您体质奇特，是佩戴护肤的好苗子。
Sure. 50 gold coins, okay. Coin bounce or whatever for different distance. Can't help but wonder if he's really here to
承
do
蒙
business.
惠顾，告辞。
So this is our guild.
没错，会长大人，我们到家了。
Is it the sofa? The one Lilith's Wonderland? Oh, this is a cozy two-story building. The first floor is a common room. Besides the sofas and chairs, there is even a bar counter. The fireplace against the wall seems to have been recently stoked, crackling away.
到了，这里就是我们的工会据点。
Noticing you seemed a bit nervous, Lilith walked over and knocked on your helmet.
不要那么紧张啦，以后我们都会住在这里。虽然现在这里冷冷清清的，但只要找到合适的伙伴，工会里也会重新热闹起来的。
Yeah, everything will get better. Oh, cute Lilith! Okay, we are finally here. Finally at the menu. Okay, so from what I gathered, this is the menu they used on the trailer, so let's check out the menu's roles. We have the words on and only. I can click to enhance. Oh, I see. I have 5 enhancement points, so let's try and boost my charisma. Put on talent. Oh my god, there's a skill tree. Oh my god, there's many skill trees. Let's cognition. Oh my god. What is this now? Missing. Oh, I see. Yeah, from what I read, the game was meant to be complex. So, with a lot of moving pieces, you can decide everything. So you kind of get to see what you have right now. Master's appearance in Marigold Town. Supposedly it's work of a shapeshifter. What exactly is a shapeshifter? Sure. Now that that's out of the way, let's. Okay, we can go. Aha! So focus here. Ah, I see. So here's where everything is. I mean, let's go get Fuko. She was the Demon Lord in the first game, so. Okay, let's try this. Oh, there it is. There she is, the fake Kudere. On the left was a squad of adventurers wearing matching black uniforms, each with a famed necklace around their neck. Each of them gripped their weapons tightly, visibly on edge around the girl before them. At the head of the group stands a man with a scar across his face. The burly man raised his long sword. Wrapped around his thick wrist was a strange pendant that glowed with a steady white light. He closes in on the girl, each step cold and predatory, like a viper coiled to strike. On the other side, a tall girl carrying a birdcage wore a tense expression, her brow furrowed, her gaze locked on the glowing pendant. The surging magic around her erupts outward, but the instant it touches the pendant's white glow, it melts away like snow under the blazing sun, dissipating into wisps of dark purple mist. Your gaze drifts involuntarily to the glowing pendant. Without understanding how it works, you can tell that thing is becoming the key to the standoff. Please work. Damn it. Everyone in the scene froze and turned to stare at you.
你是什么人？
His scarred face is full of wariness. Clearly, he's deeply wary of you, and the uninvited guest who appeared out of nowhere. Pardon the intrusion.
你当老子是白痴吗？
Let's go, let's go. Nice. Hey, can we just settle this
你
peacefully?
在说什么胡话？
Look, buddy, I'm not joking around here. I don't even know this one. We just met for the first time. You weren't exactly lying. I mean, just... You technically are, you know. She was there during the first Forest of Silver Shallots. You drop your weapon and spread your hands, showing you're unarmed and harmless, and then slowly step forward.
就喜欢你这种聪明的，有没有兴趣来我们尖牙？保证你吃香的喝辣的。
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You burst into speed, practically whipping up a gust behind you. Right, you don't have any weapons on you, but people always forget how it had this hard iron armor is itself a weapon. Or should I say, a tank. Okay, but how do you know what a tank is? Timing it to perfectly block the Fang Guild's adventurer's line of sight, you slam headfirst into Scarface. Huh? Foco! No! Now, response needed to focus magic envelops the entire battlefield in an instant. Free from that strange light's influence, focus magic surges once more. Arc purple magic surges forth, nearly engulfing every Fang Guild adventurer present. This couldn't even be called a battle. When the magic fades, the Fang Guild adventurers have vanished without a trace. As expected of a hero, no matter how tangled things get, you always find a way through. There seems to be something subtly layered in Focus words. Hero who will save the world. Do you know me? As I know you. Joy flooded your heart. She actually remembers me. What's my name? It's the Hero. I'm sorry, I mean my real name. Hero. I mean real name, not a code name like a title, like Foko or Lilith. That's the Hero. Foko blinks her big eyes, a gentle smile on her face, as if the name alone is enough to make her happy for a long time. You hesitate for a moment. Surely my name is actually Hero. No, it's not. It's the Morphean Paradox. After mulling it over, you decide to ask something else. Where do I come from? No idea. Where's my hometown? Don't know. What about my friends or family? Lilith, Sart, Foko, everyone's such a good friend. That they are. You know the others? Yes, everyone will become good friends and we'll defeat the Demon Lord together. Time spent with everyone is my most precious memory. Let's go after Sart today, if at all possible. Just as you were walking through the streets, nearly lost in the bustle, a girl's shrill scream cut through the noise. Sartre? Yo!
你们想干什么？
Sartre! Yay! But the thugs facing her clearly paid no heed to her feeble threat. Weapons in hand, they silently closed in on the girl. Everyone stares intently at the Magitech component in the girl's arm. Their intent is crystal clear.
小个子，何必跟我们作对呢？
我受够了，这是你们自找的。
You know, I always imagine Sartre's voice to be a little bit deeper, like, "Hey man, hey man, how you doing?" Something like that. Eventually. After sensing the mass in the streets, the lead man glared furiously at Sartre. Sartre shrinks under the glare, looking a bit guilty. But immediately, she forces herself upright again and glares back fiercely.
夏特洛博士，立刻住手，放下武器投降，包括你怀里那个不明魔导配件。退一步说，你涉嫌非法持有大规模杀伤类魔导器，把那玩意儿放下。
我明 明是面对勒索进行的合法自卫，而且我的魔导器都有合法合规的许可证。
Sart rummaged through her oversized robe, then awkwardly smoothed out the hem.
我明明前2天刚刚在服务中心办理好的，大概是不小心掉到什么地方了。
研究所已经关停的当下，您更加应该配合我们的调查。
Yeah, so how do we help her in this situation?
好了，现在您既不是所长，也不是注册冒险者，就老实跟……
谁还不是个冒险者啦？
The curly-haired girl suddenly turned. When your eyes met, hers were filled with surprise and joy. She raised her arm and pointed straight at you.
这个家伙，他就是我的工会会长。
这身盔甲看起来的确是一个冒险者，所以是这样吗？
Not sure why started pointed at you, but you nodded anyway and introduced yourself as the guild.
我会和服务中心核实有关许可证和你们工会的相关信息。在这之前，你们需要在这里待一阵子。
石墙的厚度只有格里芬标准的3/4，锁具还是老式的机械结构，我用一根发卡就能打开。
No, that's not so bad then.
最坏的情况下，只能试试了吧。
Sartre grabs the bars and gives them few shakes as if testing their sturdiness.
说起来，你为什么要选择帮我？一个陌生的家伙突然指着你表示是你的工会成员。
I guess she doesn't remember, like Foco did.
哎，你们2个，你们工会的人来担保了，提前回去等通知吧。
Nice, Lilith. The clatter of iron boots on cobblestone echoed from nearby, drawing your attention. You soon spotted a familiar figure trailing behind the soldiers. Lilith? I searched all over Marigold Town and couldn't find you. So you were locked up here after all.
是那个很漂亮的双马尾小姐。
Okay, so she doesn't recognize Lilith. Sergeant notices Lilith wearing a look of recognition too. That's right, you never asked her how she knew you were the guild master.
哎呀，夏特洛，你认识我？
Lilith isn't surprised by Sartre's reaction.
其实是之前我在服务中心办理许可证的时候，刚好碰到你们2位在办理成立工会的相关手续。因为你们2位都很特别，所以我多偷听，多留意了一下。话说回来，你脑袋上这个扒不下来的头盔是怎么回
Well,
事
you see, I am nothing but the armor. I am the Morphean paradox. It's a puzzle even you were searching the answers for, Chu. You can only smile bitterly and shake your head, honestly telling her about your amnesia. Sartre's eyes instantly light up like a pair of light bulbs.
我突然对你感兴趣了，来做我的研究对象吧。
Okay, listening to Sartre, an ominous vision flashed through your mind, strapped to a cold operating table by a mad scientist.
条件什么的都可以再商量嘛，反正我是不会让你跑掉的。
Have you ever heard of the Morphean paradox?
逐梦者。
Sartre lowered her head, as if rummaging through the depths of her memory for a long while, before finally shaking her head in silence.
我总觉得也许在哪里听说过，但可能只是什么相近的词也说不定。这听起来也许是某个人，大概博学多识的康拉德会记得。
Let's go for green now. You arrive at Marigold Town's commercial street. According to Lilith's intel, Green Roland has been doing odd jobs in Marigold Town lately. He seems to be strapped for cash. Just then you felt someone tug at the hem of your cloak.
你好，请问可以帮帮我吗？
Maybe. It's a little girl who barely reaches your waist. She looks up at you, her expression on the verge of tears and so pitiful that you can't hear but want to hear her out. The little girl tilts her face up, her bright, dewy eyes looking into yours. In that instant, your mind goes blank, as if pulled by invisible threads, an irresistible surge of emotion washing over you. You're from the downplane. This was gaze into the girl's eyes. Failure. Fuck. You've had your mind wrapped in a warm morning mist, your thoughts drifting peacefully. The hawker's cries and jostling crowd around you felt like they belonged to another world entirely. Your legs moved forward uncontrollably, like a puppet pulled by invisible strings. You tried to focus to make out the girl before you, but it was as if a thick velvet curtain had been drawn over your eyes. All your senses seemed dulled, yet your feet keep moving forward. Leave it to me. No matter what happens, I'll help you find your necklace. Oh no, we are mind controlled, aren't we? Your body feels incredibly light. Countless invisible hands are guiding you down a path that's destined to be right. Your blood seems to slow, your whole body shifting into slow motion, bracing for this moment of truth. As you feel a chill creeping up your arm.
谢谢你，你真的是一个好人。
She finally shed tears. Though calling it tears might be a stretch, some viscous fluid was sliding down her cheeks. At some point, her arm clutching her cloak has turned into that vicious substance seeping through the gaps in your armor to touch your skin.
我不想再用这具身体了，它总是受到欺负。
I feel like that's a you. Sure, that's not your fault.
我会好好对待你的身体的，请把身体留给我吧，交给我。
Oh, there it is, green. Couldn't-haired man appears out of nowhere, sweeping in front of you in a flash. He stands sideways, his right hand reaching back, arrow-gripping fingers pressed against the bowstring. A brief pause, then he releases. The shot little girl screams, twist into something wretched and pitiful. Yet it still reaches through the gaps, trying to touch your boots. An unspeakable dread washes over you.
这个小家伙看起来还得再来几件才行。
You humans, I want you to become. Leave my body behind. Oh, fuck all! The medicine should be kicking in now. Try and land a few more hits. Okay. And that's that. The blob of slime still emits the voice of a little girl, shrieking miserably as it slithers swiftly into the depths of the dark alley.
但终究还是有些放不下。不聊我的问题了，看你的样子，你是冒险者。
Yup, let's get to it. Join the guild. Adventure guild name. Oh.
你是工会会长，拿到了服务中心注册公章的正式工会的工会会长。
Yup.
那太好。我是说，我应该先做一个自我介绍。
This is an easy recruit. Let's go.
在下格林，在这片林子里讨生活的猎户。说来惭愧，最近总盘这年头的冒险者行会，门槛比哥布林的牙缝还能撬开呢。
You've made a habit of checking the mailbox. Usually there's nothing, but today a familiar envelope awaited you. Today's the final deadline for guild registration. Looks like we should go handle the formal procedures. Though your guild barely meets the minimum head count, your completed commissions already rank among the top in Dawn Diocese. Your party arrives at the guild service center just as the receptionist's about to head out. Actually, your track record in Marigold is already quite above average. I think this evaluation should be relatively easy for you. Retest combat in general knowledge. Combat's the main focus though. You can skip the trivia if you want. Yeah, sure, let's go for everything. We got plenty of time anyway. Why not play that Q&A game you mentioned? Next question, if an accident occurs during battle, how should a guild master handle it? Your own, charge in a fight, cover your companions for a savage retreat. Okay, this one was much easier. Even though the Forest of Silver Shallots can resurrect the dead, you still can't bear the thought of your companion facing death. This is a new one to me, but sure, why not? What Admiral Ideals, the Forest of Silver Shallots could use a guild master as noble as you. Feel the way, but I don't want you getting hurt either. If that ever happens, please let me be the one to stay behind. The next question is also the last. You noticed the receptionist's speech had slowed a bit. Perhaps this was an important matter. Who's your most cherished companion? Lilith Green Starter Focal. I assume this is for Colin. It's Lilith, but let's say everyone. Everyone's equally important. Without a single member, you feel your guild couldn't function. That's the importance of a team, right? You ask yourself. Do you truly believe everyone's that important? Perhaps you just enjoy being adored, being supported by all. Either way, it puts you in a good mood. The receptionist exhales softly, relief washing over her as if a long ordeal has finally ended. The questions are now concluded. Let's move on to the combat assessment. The receptionist worked some magic at the front desk, saw a flash of strange light, and before you knew it, you appeared in a clearing within the Eerie Lands. Its latest technology generates real-time combat simulations for adventure guilds, which assess their strength. Do your best to defeat the enemies, everyone. I see there's a limit of 4. So let's use myself as leader, Lilith, Sport Focal and Sartre, I guess? Yeah, that does it. A beautifully bound manual bears a few lines of gold embossed text. You take it as if your very existence has been validated. Now I'm an official guildmaster. Lilith congratulates you with a smile as the other members gather around. A wave of fulfillment washes over you, and you can't help but wonder about everything you've been chasing. That Morphean paradox. Was it all meaningful? I need to find the Morphean paradox. Replay those fragmented memories over and over. The Morphean paradox. You'll have to find them. Find those lost memories. Find the complete you. Lilith senses your thoughts and gently pats your shoulder. Finally, we have the whole gang here. Except for Colin, but... Okay, so... I'm assuming it's gonna be this one. Because these seem like normal quests. So let's go here. Love if I could fucking read. Another remarkable day. Blend as plain water. Yet somehow you feel as if time has been put on fast forward. It could also be a skip button or something else, but in any case, it doesn't feel as lengthy as when you first established the guild. You darn guildmaster, why are you spacing out? I crave a hamburger steak. So it was the burger patty all along? Looks like I'll have to watch the heat more carefully next time I roast. I feel like I'm missing something important, but I can't put my finger on it right now. Are you referring to your memories? Well, that's indeed important, and so far there's been no progress. Anything else? There seems to be something more, see? But somehow you can't shake the feeling that something's missing. Look at Greenlaw. Look at... I don't think she's supposed to be here yet. You can start with Colin, and she noticed your gaze almost immediately. God fucking damn it, game. And then it hits you what's been missing all along. My sword! Does the Guildmaster not like this sword? True, the guild's funds were tight before, but can only afford a basic arm sword to get by. Why don't we head out to the market later and pick out a handier weapon? No, what I meant was my original sword. This card sword that stayed by your side, endured the stench of the corpse cart and almost got swindled from you at the street corner. The please game, fix your flags. The sword in the stone. You just asked the stone of the age to confirm, right? After all, there aren't many priests in Marigold Town. As I recall, there were a few priests at the resurrection point, which we never went to! Okay, so... that aside, okay, so... I think these are the actual missions I'm supposed to take that are just normal. Like... I would love to fucking read... Okay, so let's throw these far. I cannot read half of this, but... Oh! Okay, oh, I think I understand. So they are missions I can just send... I can send them on missions while I'm out doing stuff. And as long as I fulfill these... I'm starting to see. Okay, so let's read the story event. Oh, so that just allows me to walk around town? Welcome! Our shop has the best selection of goods in all Marigold Town. You can find anything you need here. So I can buy a lot of food. I can, perhaps... The wanted Fridge Colin is currently hiding deep within the Eerie Lands, causing quite a bit of trouble for the ground guards. Hold on. I equip in equipment class, I get food. I equip for ingredients, I get food. I get in props, I get more food. Okay.
这位小姐
Which? Oh. Oh shit! Just I thought this was it, but no, apparently I just had to play the game more. Okay, recharge his fingertip. Suddenly see like a tide rolling the grow. Her cheeks smeared vash, tracked, strikingly bright. You can see me? I'm so scared, please take me away from here. Morphean paradox. Those pale purple eyes are filled with tears, big drops rolling from the corners of her eyes and leaving two faint tracks of dust on her cheeks. She gazes at you silently, not speaking, not retreating. Her eyes swirl with emotions, hard to name, fear settles in something inexplicably familiar. You freeze, the sea of fire around you begins to spin, and the cracking flames become a piercing howl. Whoosh! You jolt awake, your forehead drenched in cold sweat. The sky outside is already bright, and the air carries the cool freshness of early morning. No more fire or black mist. Yet her palm still feels a strange heat, as though those tear-filled pale purple eyes are still seared into your retinas. I had a dream. Ruins, black mist, and a girl. She was standing in the ruins, looking so sad. She called me Morphean Paradox.
你在梦里做了什么?
I reached toward the black mist, and then it receded from the girl. What's so funny?
你想救梦里的人，越来越像英雄了嘛？
my dream I was called Morphean Paradox. What exactly is a Morphean Paradox?
说不定是救世主啊，英雄一类的身份，服中心寄来的信哦。
You lean in and struggle through a whole page of long-winded pleasantries before finding the key point. Adventurer guilds that haven't participated in monster subjugation for over a week will have their credit rating lowered. I assume this is where we'll meet Colin properly. Fast walking. Took a wrong turn. Okay, so this seems to be an exploration minigame, it seems. Yeah, just... The wind swept through the layers of eerie leaves, carrying dusty grains of sand that pattered against your sleeves. You instinctively sensed something was wrong, as if a pair of eyes was watching you from the shadows.
有哪里不对劲？
小心！
You struggle to look up, eyes locked with the writhing mass in the shadows. Countless grey-black vines thrashing like living snakes, thick roots gouging deep into the earth. It's a giant tree. Okay, so this is the final boss. Okay. Yeah, just deal as much damage as possible while we can. Please get to the front. Yeah, I should have just deployed Lilith at the front. She's clearly the highest damaging the tankiest member of the party. It's a fairly easy fight, all things considered.
打中要害了呢。
Okay, so now we gotta deal with the shield now, and it's gone. It's over. As the black mist faded and the hunting vines crumbled to dust in the air, you quickly noticed countless dark shapes still surging in the shadows between the trees. Try to escape. Lilith nodded and slightly severed several of the hunting vine's tendrils, created some noise elsewhere, then spotted the enemy's blind spot and grabbed you to escape the dense forest.
那边好像有什么人。
Just before running into a clearing, Lilith suddenly stopped short. She nearly clashed into your arms. Hang on, look over there, something feels wrong. You faintly heard the sound of something heavy being dragged across the ground, so you and Lilith crouched low together, hiding in the bushes. Through layers of ink-black leaves, you saw Griffin soldiers dragging several long white bundles toward the tall trees. Is that the guy, Wilson? The white-haired elder leading them tapped the ground with his toe, then drew his sword and thrust into the soil. Fallen leaves scattered into the air. It was the face you knew well, seen all over Marigold Street, down streets and alleys. Wilson, hero of Down Plains. Isaiah, I know your heart is merciful. I shall cleanse these sins on your behalf. May they find true peace. The soldiers tied the white cloth bags to thick branches and pulled over ropes, slowly hoisting them up. The scene before you was like a silent execution. Just as you reached the relatively safe position, the sound of steady, orderly footsteps came from behind. Wilson was leading a group of soldiers toward you.
冒险者们，你们已经进入了黑雾区，是谁把你们带到这儿来的？
Follow the map here. Okay, let's try to lie, because I think trying to staying silent or trying to imply things with him would not lead to something good. Yeah, you held up the map in your hand, guidebook marking the monster activity. Yep. Wilson glanced at the map and laughed. Okay, nice.
这张地图可有些年头
It's not
了。
even a lie then.
现在这一带早就不是安全区了。你们没看到黑雾扩散的报道吗？快回家吧，冒险者，这里交给我们。
Okay, nice dodge. It was certainly an eventful day. You wondered if other adventurers' lives were just as exciting. Oh, come. Save him for the hunter vines. She didn't seem hostile at all. Is there really a criminal? Oh, bro, there was no girl saving us from the hunter vines. Am I fucking speed reading or is this game just... Okay.
这下我们和大名鼎鼎的卡琳也打过照面了。
Lilith flashed this mischievous grin as if scheming something. Okay, it's been a few days since I last played. There's been a few updates. Mostly just bug fixes ever since I last played, which is very nice to see. From what I gather, one of the events was that they fixed the shop. They fixed the shop was one of the fixes. They fixed, from what I gather, they fixed a lot of missing voice lines and missing voice line sprites. The conditionals for that sword quest that was activating erroneously is also now fixed, supposedly. Which is very nice. Nice to see that the game's in fact getting developed fairly quickly. The game, yeah, they also from what I gather fixed some pop-ups. Yeah, it's just nice to see. Ah! Oh, I see, they also added these translations. I can see now. Okay, yeah, very good. Because I couldn't read shit last time. Okay. You pick up the newspaper on the table as you flip to a certain page. Shillings enclosed.
原来麻辣母鸡头老师出了新作，最近我都没在关注呢。
Oh, is it some brand you like? On the inevitability of your role as the heroine. What kind of strange title is this? I don't know, man. Sounds like the kind of thing Lilith would read. Spice. The author's name listed is none other than Spicy MJ. Lilith read the daily paper with interest. Watching her profile, you felt a twinge of envy. And no surprise there, is it? Is there? You've solved the most urgent survival wishes, but somehow it doesn't feel like you're actually living. This should be a bag Lilith prepared for you. A pile of things stuffed inside the cloak. What? Wake up, your battles, sweat and suffering are your life. Wake up, your battles, sweat and suffering are your life. You're merely desiring what others desire. What do you want? What do you truly desire? How do you wish to live? Perhaps you just want to see more, yearning to know what others would answer. A sensitive part of you wants to confirm the meaning within this armor.
你好像想了很多东西呢。不要太着急，当你决定开始体验生活，那什么时候都不算晚。
I see. Lilith looks up from the newspaper, settling back on the sofa.
最近一直在忙工会的事情，都没有时间去书店了。如果某人愿意陪我去书店转转的话
Sure. Her fingers tap on the table as a troubled expression crosses her face. Let's go together, Lilith.
刚巧就是今天要去书店吗？
A completely unpredictable coincidence, isn't it? After all, someone wanted me to accompany her to the bookstore.
那某人真是做了一个完美的计划呢。
She tends to, doesn't she?
没什么人的话，我们就不会被冲散了。
This alley seems unusually long. Who knows what street lies at the end of its dark depths? Of course, these fuckers again. At some point, a white figure seemed to have appeared at the intersection ahead. As you drew closer, something about her clothing felt strangely familiar. The distance between you and that person shrinks to arm's length. His wide sleeves billow with the movement, and you catch a glimpse of cold steel hidden beneath his robe. Yeah. Wait, touch! Without time to think, you grab Lilith's wrist and the two of you leap aside. Crimson spread from Lilith's chest. A wet squelch, the blade is yanked out and blood gushes forth, staining her white hair red. Lilith collapses to the ground with a thud, her eyes still wide open, staring at you. Blood gradually pools beneath her, seeping through the cracks in the tiles, reaching you in her stead. That was where Lilith had been. Her body, her consciousness, her very existence. All of it had become... She wanted to call her name but couldn't draw breath. She desperately tried to clear the tightness in your throat, yet nothing came out. A crunching sense of loss washed over you, gripping your heart tight. Don't talk about me? Grief crashes over you, pain flooding every inch of your body. Strange feelings stir for this girl you've only just met. Why does her death cause you such pain? Where does this anguish come from? You know her. She exists in your past, your present, and your future. You know, Lilith isn't just Lilith, she is... Oh? Your thoughts swirl into static. Nothing but fog, no shape, no meaning. Words? Forget it, they're just noise now. Calm down. Close your eyes. Breathe. Right. Deep breaths. You can do this. Oh, there she is. Lilith. Why are you here?
我会一直在你身边，不用担心。
Yeah, that's just how she is, isn't it?
无论如何，我都不会离开你。
As long as, I suppose, as long as you will Lilith to exist, she will keep existing. No matter what you do to her.
您能听到我说话吗？
You're...
这是麻痹魔法，请您深呼吸。这种魔法的时效很短。
Are we starting to remember Lilith, is the question?
还能站起来吗？我来。
You stumble slightly, but at least you can control your body again. No, Lilith! Dazed and desperate, you try to grab anyone to figure out what's going on, until a firm hand clamps down and stops you in your tracks.
善后的事情就交给我们格里芬吧。
Its face etched with the marks of time, yet still full of vigor. You even ran into him not long ago in the Eerie Lands. Probably seeing you lose control for the first time, Aileen freezes in place, worry spreading across her face.
我知道你没办法接受莉莉丝小姐遇害的事情。
Yeah, but after all, there's a resurrection fee. Resurrection? Bro, are you only realizing this now? Bro, they mentioned this before. You mentioned this before.
你不知道有关复
Yeah,
活的
it's
事情。
strange because you mentioned this before.
阴丛之森的人类一旦死亡，只要将完整的尸体运输至复活点，就可以经神官之手使用复生魔法复活了。按照格里芬律法，谋杀案的受害者会减免一些复活上的费用。
So basically, Lilith didn't come back to life? To be fair, I think she could even without the resurrection, but okay.
那个
What?
你们是他的同伴吗？
Ah, priest
他
girl.
在里面就看到你们了。
一直在指着。
Okay, so Lilith's already back, I guess. The slender, bespectacled beauty approached you step by step, her gaze full of anticipation. Bespectacled? She's not wearing glasses, is she? Lilith!
你怎么来了？
Sunlight traces a golden silhouette around her, and your vision blurs with tears. I'm worried about you, Lilith. But won't you leave me? I was so worried about you, Lilith. Maybe it's the sun, but you notice a faint blush on Lilith's cheeks.
不用担心我了。
Aww. Though to be fair, I don't think
因
you
为死亡
need
之
the
前
resurrection
似乎中
service.
了麻痹魔法，所以他的行动会稍微有些迟缓。
Something at the girl's waist begins to glow. She quickly glances down, rummages through her belongings, and produces a crystal.
德利亚，我竟敢请假一天。
外妈尔，今天前线下来了不少士兵，复活的事情要忙不过来了。
让其他神官代班吧。
什么神官？教廷那边早就把续学暂停了，这月已经没有神官被分配到金展镇轮岗了。你今天必须回来上班，我这就去找你。
Oh. That's that, I guess. The girl named Daria jugs off. You're amazed that such a petite priestess could produce such a booming voice. And watching Lilith like this, you couldn't help but ask, are you still you? After resurrection? Will Lilith still be the Lilith I know after resurrection? To be fair, she was still her after the times you killed her in the first game, so...
死亡对迎从之森的人来说是一件司空见惯的事，因此，死而复生的身份思考是我们面临的第一个问题。
I suppose it's not really a problem for the people of Silver Shallots.
每个人应该都有一套自己的排解方式。对我来说，只要记忆或者意识流还在连续，复活后的我便还是同一个人。
I suppose as long as one moment you're blinking, one moment you're somewhere and the other you're resurrected, it's mostly like it never stopped for you, did it? You're just there one moment, another place the other moment. In a way, it will feel like you're still you. You were always you, I
我
guess.
之所以是我，难道是因为我一开始就拥有某种完满的本质吗？
Or maybe it's just perspective.
但就我来说，我的体内应该没有这种完满。恰恰相反，我所拥有的不是完满，而应该是一种空缺。也许那些空缺才是真正的我。只要复活后我的意识还是如此连续的，那应该就是原本的我。
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Like, let's say, maybe I'm talking shit, but like, let's say they clone you and put all your memories into that clone, and then you die the instant the clone is made. When the clone wakes up, it will have the same consciousness as you, and from its perspective, it's you that just blinked and it was in another body, another place. But from your perspective, you died. But the clone, it cannot tell the difference between being you and being it. It just exists as you, I suppose. It's a way to see it. And that's mostly a way to cope with your own existence. As long as you're... as long as you are still thinking continuously, then you are you. Whether you're the real you or not, you are still you.
所以我想，你也可以如此理解复生。
Maybe. Lilith lets out a long breath and puts on a relaxed expression. Okay, so we do have a lot of points. Yeah, we can enhance our characters.
施礼，上好。在下是格里芬下士朗尼，在下此次是为了交予你们这封邀请函。
哦。Lilith Chu, huh? She reached over my shoulder to take the envelope.
哦，找我们参加演讲？
正是。威尔逊大人邀请各工会
参与
到隐化魔物的讨伐行动之中。
Okay, let's attend Wilson's speech, I guess. Following the address invitation, you arrived at the service center. The narrow guild hall was packed with people, the air stuffy and filled with mingled unpleasant odors that made you frown.
感谢诸位能响应我的号召聚集于此，我对各位冒险者的应邀表示由衷感谢。想必各位来此也不是来听什么繁文缛节，我就跳过朗尼为我准备的那些演说词吧。
TLDR, this is part of the speech. That's also part of the speech. It's all theatrics.
诸位，请试想一个画面，你们或你们的家人妻女都无法从复活点醒来的画面。
But to be fair, isn't Wilson's words then like a stone dropped into a lake, sending ripples through the crowd? But then again, isn't that just how it is? People die when they are killed, you know? For better or for worse.
你们需要做的是与我站在一起，与我一同消灭城外遭黑雾侵染的魔物，阻止其进一步扩散。诸位，我并非在请求你们为格里芬而战，我请求你们为自己而战，为当下的每一日而战，为你们所珍爱之物而战，为人之所以为人而战。
That's 100% a pre-written speech, but holy shit, he's delivering it very well. Wilson pauses, the whole falls silent. You look around, the expression that started with impatience have turned solemn. They stare at Wilson, and Wilson, chest puffed out, receives every gaze.
长官，恐怕你还没提过，与黑雾作战的人。
Holy shit, it's Colin! Yay, Colin! The rogue figure's finally. The rogue figure's voice rings out, aimed directly at Wilson. Following their words, the crowd erupts again like a disturbed swarm of bees.
怎么回事？
And to be fair, that she does raise a good point.
威尔逊，给个交代！
But to be fair, shouldn't you all be aware of this by now? Like, it's not anything new.
死亡从未远离过我们，我们在此的安宁，也是前线拼杀的将士们争取而来。深陷黑雾，与魔王军拼杀，他们是丈夫，是子女，是兄弟，是姐妹。诸位，他们所传递的希望，该就此葬送吗？
Holy shit, my man knows how to deliver.
不会。死亡不值一提，从来都不该惧怕死亡。与死亡斗争，才是我们的尊严所在。我再次号召，与我一起战斗，与死亡而战，九死不悔。
The moment Wilson raises his arm skyward, the hall finally erupts. Wave after wave of cheers crash like heat waves. People chant no regrets unto death, lifting the atmosphere to heights you've never seen. You notice the purest cultist holding a gleaming blade, swinging it wildly at everyone around him. His body contorted with effort, as though bound by invisible chains. All he wanted was to tear this loathsome world, chains and all, to shreds. Debris from the roadside shops and shattered display cases fly everywhere. In the midst of this chaos, his frenzied gaze suddenly locks onto you, frozen still from observation. You step forward, and the crazed passerby charges you into your arms of roar. A warm stinging pain. Okay. Flesh. You simply dive in, plunge into the depths. Your constant gradually dissolves. There's a part you could see countless little lives living in the scorched rocks. These are your memories. They watch them float away. Where did you go? Opening your eyes, you find one of the hands resting on his left shoulder. One of his chaotic pupils are gradually returning to calm. Did you do this, or you check your wound and the blade has indeed pierced solidly into a gap in your armor? At least it's just your left shoulder. No, that's not good either. Sudden pain makes your knees go weak.
唯有死亡，唯有死亡知晓一切。
A massive scythe slices through the air. The crazed passerby falls to the ground, dodging the blade. Oh, there she is! And the glitch sprite in the background. Colin glances at your pathetic state, pulls her black robe back down, twists her nimble body, and disappears into the darkness of the alley. Oh, let's go.
你傻呀？干嘛跟过来？
The fucking sprite in the background, man.
没错，我就是卡莲斯卡利特。怎么样，听到我回答就开心了？信不信随你。黑雾给我带来的伤害，比你想象的要多。从踏上这里的第一秒开始，格里芬的士兵就对我拔剑相向。也许威尔逊需要一个敌人，而我就是他口中那个带来黑雾灾害的不祥。
Colin pulls on her black robe again, putting a distance between you. You can't help but take a few steps forward, closing the gap. Colin shrinks back slightly.
不要再跟着我，听到没有
Okay,
记录在册的冒险者约有68人，目前到场的人数在46人。
Holy shit! If Colin isn't here, we can add her. We will eventually add her to the number count, and it's gonna be epic.
如果到场的冒险者不够，你们还会执行作战吗？
I assume it's not exactly something you have a chance. You can choose. You just gotta do it.
那本次作战就会以侦查为主，无论如何都要拿出相应的成果。
也就是说，你们没把冒险者的命当回事吧？你压根就看不起这些泥腿子，但又不得不依靠他们的力量。
I don't think that's exactly it, but Bernie narrows his eyes, then lets out a breath. He doesn't tend to refute Green's confrontational words. Perhaps he feels it's pointless to argue.
我认得你，你以最年轻的身份加入过王国卫队，但很快就被除名了。我不知道你犯过什么离谱的错误，但在对他人做无理的指责之前，先好好审视自己吧。 士兵
I like Ronnie. Alright, let's go.
魔导器。
Searches snatches the crystals first, playing them with her hands, but she quickly loses interest.
探究之星的小玩意儿，技术过时了，传声效果一定不怎么样。
Wow, Sartre, come on, my man. Now's not the time.
这是分发给各位冒险者的通讯水晶。这款由探究之星研发的通讯装置，可以绑定冒险者小队队长，提供联络功能。只要绑定者还活着，该魔导器即可保持魔力攻击。
Looking around, you notice many adventurers have similar devices on them. 18! The girl's somewhat excited voice broke through your gloomy thoughts. You looked toward the source of the sound. It was Aileen and Lomar Kandegsteen.
啊，这就是传说中我们的邻居小姐吗？
很可爱。
每次都能碰到艾琳小姐，确实很巧呢。
Indeed, perhaps there's something behind that. Helen's face seemed a bit flushed. Perhaps she was nervous about the danger ahead. Don't worry, we're here. Don't worry, we're here. We can all back each other up.
谢谢你。
Hearing your reassurance, Aileen's face seemed to flush even more.
没关系，我们逃跑上可有一手，是吧，德？
Well, At least, maybe you will survive this. Lamarkande slapped Under on the back, and Under nodded repeatedly.
那个，你也要保护好自己。如果身体被破坏的太多，就没办法复活了。
Okay, so it's just the same as usual, huh? Okay, well, not a good start. Following the sounds of battle and shouting, you peered deeper into the forest. Oh, it's them!
帮我牵制哥布林，我需要时间。
My goats!
这些家伙
Let's help him. Let's help him.
我过不去。
Short-haired slender adventurer suddenly raises their small shield, stepping in front of Andre and taking the blow head-on.
艾琳，
我们被包围了。如果不掩护罗马克放出魔法的话，
Chaos.
是你。
Search, you keep you waiting.
也太慢了吧！
说什么呢，笨蛋！另一边的怪物交给你们了。
多亏有你在，不然我们真得交代下去。
Handmade charm! Oh, let's go! You gently place the amulet around Aileen's neck. It came in clutch! I bought it from some strange fellow. Maybe it'll keep you safe.
好，既然决定好了，大家就返回军营吧。
你们还活着？
Wilson seems damaged? Holy shit, my man, what happened to you? Wilson emerged from the shadow of the thicket. His tongue started stabbing into the mud to steady himself. His thin silver white hair fell across his brow. Gone was the heroic glory he had borne at the start.
你要为这些人的死负责。
Bro, I don't think he's much better than himself.
这是作战，难免会有伤亡。为了人类，他们的死都是有意义的。
Besides, it's not like he forced them to appear, you know?
老头，你受伤了，是被荧光魔物伤到的吧？
不用担心，那畜生已经死了。
Wilson props himself up and turns the blade over, revealing monster blood staining its surface.
我不是说这个，我是说，如果你现在死了，就没有复生的可能了。
知道，小丫头，不用你强调，只是一点皮外伤。
Carmen or something else? Cullen or something else?
作战继续。
The end. Finish a fight. I can only assume it's gonna be a boss fight. Yep. Does Magitech still do insane damage against this one? Yeah. For some reason. Maybe it's a glitch.
这家伙应该不会。
Bro, it's not. Okay. Let's pretend we had a difficult time. Foucault closes her eyes, unable to bear the sight of the countless wounds on the shadow-touched monster. She mourns the passing of a life.
也就是说，这次讨伐战成功了，对吧？
Yes.
你说的没错，小姐。
All of them? Already?
达成了。
As Wilson finishes speaking, he collapses on the spot like a puppet with its strings cut injuries. Examining Wilson's wound closely, you notice the same tiny darkness you had seen in the dead adventurer's eyes right from within.
要赶快爆炸！
这是我们侦察时所看到的最大的黑雾携带体。我们的作战成功了。
Okay, but can it be patched if he has already been infected? Or can it be uninfected?
把威尔逊留下。
Oh? Oh. Scythe-wielding Gross strolls across the blood-soaked grass. Perhaps the aftermath of the battle has dulled your vigilance. By the time you notice her, she's already standing before you. To be fair, we know she's not a threat. Her voice was as cold as a string beneath ice. Her scythe already at the commander's throat. Her grin reached for his quiver. Too late. Which you're not gonna kill him, are you? To be fair, are you sure you don't want to just talk it out?
卡琳，你没有和我们战斗的理由。
Folk called out Colin's name, her voice tinged with nostalgia, drawing the girl's gaze. To be fair, yeah, Folk does seem to remember the first timeline. Not just the first game, just the timeline from the start of this game.
威尔逊的伤口被黑雾污染了。
Yeah, it's what I mentioned. Like, you can just uninfect yourself.
不管怎么说，现在也该算清这笔账。
我亲眼看到你操纵黑雾战斗，你这种存在，迟早会给人类带来灾难。
Bro, my man, you sure you don't want to talk this out?
铁桶，你是他们的头头吧？让你的同伴走开，把威尔逊。
Do we have to defeat her to make her join the party? Is she like a Pokemon? Colin's sigh suddenly lets out a shrill hum. The shadow behind her begin to rise. Shadows behind her begin to rise, rising like a boiling tar. Crimson eyes emerge from the dark mist. The air fills with the stench of rotting flesh and sulfur. The girl's scythe suddenly changes direction, slashing at the churning dark mist. As she turns, moonlight illuminates half of her rotting face. Steel clashes. Wilson draws his blade and blocks the strike meant for Colin. Okay, so they are not gonna be allies. Okay. Wilson quickly puts distance between himself and the demon, tossing his communication crystal. You catch it firmly, watching his retreating figure.
带上这个离开！
魔族怎么会？
我们也同样在研究黑雾，对黑雾的了解以及判断比我们更为透彻。来保护他们，离开
Okay, wait, no, he attacked. What? Okay, maybe I have to reread this scene later on.
支援威尔逊。
Skilled master, give the order. I mean, I'm not doing it again. You're better not, we'll decide later, but if we abandon the hero Wilson like this, the people of Marigold Town will be disappointed.
弱小又脆弱的生命，无论再来几次，我听从之身属于我。
Okay, so we don't have access to her just yet, but the usual setup should work. Wait. I mean, okay. Oh, that was easy. I see they still haven't made a battle for him in specific.
状况如何？
我感受不到疼痛，感受不到情绪，这具身体。
你能控制自己的小指吗？
As Colin said, Wilson gently crooks his little finger.
你并没有发生进一步的变化，你甚至还保有自我意识。不过这并不代表随着时间推移，你不会变得更糟。
看来伊赛亚并不认同我所做的一切。
It's probably the hanging of the bodies. We don't need him to say. So many people believe in you, follow you. What you've done doesn't need Isaiah's approval.
你很聪明，对世界的理解和其他人不同。放心吧，我不会将你视为异端。 但我们活在这样的世界，总需要一些信仰，否则人便无法面对现实。如果没有伊赛亚的认同，我所做的事，
Did you do?
在伊赛亚的庇护下，犯罪的界限
Yep, he's the one who's had been hanging them in the forest.
罪犯们基于受害者痛苦，却支付着完全不对等的代价。有时候，死而复生，真的是一件很残酷的事。
罪犯会破坏受害者的身体，或给予不同程度的痛苦。就算被抓，而痛苦不会消失。
士兵，你知道的很清楚。
Wilson's voice was barely a whisper. He didn't look up at Rain. His gaze just wandered around his feet.
你对他们做了什么？
死刑，我对他们动了私刑。我将他们带到诡谲之森，吊在树干上，将他们的命运。
他的伤口布满了黑雾，但却没有被真正的融化。如果让他保住一条命，我也不知道会发生什么。
Wilson, can you still move?
不该把我带回去。
Sort of shot. You know what you mean to Marigold Town. Following the trail of adventurer corpses markers, you ran and hid, evading the demon soldiers' pursuit. To be fair though, I dare say Wilson's in a bit of a grey moral ground. Very grey. But, you know, he's a nice chap. He realized that these adventurers abandoned in the wild would likely never be returned to Isaiah's stone. Not just because of the black fog. You couldn't imagine what the demons who found these bodies might do to prevent human resurrection.
先把威尔逊大人送去治疗。
是。
The guards took Wilson from you.
接下来不用劳烦各位了，但希望你们可以给我一个合理的解释。
Okay, but surely you'll see that we are helping, right?
你们是说威尔逊大人已经？
讨伐战中，他的伤口被黑雾感染，目前需要进一步观察。
卡莲加入我们不也挺好的吗？一定会很开心哦。
I am still convinced this is all part of Lilith's plan.
我不是来交朋友的。我们原来。
Yeah, and what's going on with your memories? Foco lowered her gaze, her face showing profound sadness. Colin panicked.
我不是这个意思。
Aww. That is really is the type of character Colin is, huh?
大家没有意见吧？你有没有听人说话啊？
Yeah, let's try some of these hard quests now that we have the infinite power of being able to shoot of the magic tech. Okay. Exactly lethal. Nice, finally, main quest. Ronnie had the guards wait outside and made no move to sit. Hands clasped behind his back, he surveyed the guild. He had an announcement to make.
留在那里的冒险者都被黑雾感染，无一幸免。为了防止他们以任何形式复活，虽然我早已听闻前线发生了那样的事，但实际看到，还是令人不适。
他现在的状况如何？
经过医生和神官的多轮救治，大人的生命已经得到了稳定。只是，也许是伤势太过复杂的原因，他现在还是无法恢复意识。我想，当务之急便是组建防御工事。接下来，我会让手下将这些消息散布出去。
The magic circle
之力马上会进入警戒状态。
Forget it. I'd rather not end up looking myself. Someone should keep watch. Want to find the magic circle? I have no clue what this means, but
很遗憾，我不能以委托的形式请求你们。我必须要争取到每一个
What the
能够
fuck's
与魔族战斗的
the
力
magic
量。
circle summoning them
我要
here?
接替威尔逊大人。
Maybe I missed something.
我们不得不考虑最坏的情况。一旦商业之力被围，我们将会被困在城里。最先沦陷的必然是街区。征收每一片面包，尽可能多撑一天。这里正是之前讨伐战集结的军营，是稍有些危险的地方。那里的兄弟被魔物围困了，我希望冒险者们可以把他们救出来。我们有必要召集一切战力。这些家伙平日里松散，却对街头巷尾熟悉得很。街头的战斗，我需要他们提前埋伏偷袭。我会为他们准备逃生路线，不管偷袭是否成功，我不会白白浪费生命。神冠是人类最强的武器，一旦能够找回尸体，我们就能依靠神冠让他们起死回生。
你想让那些神官去哪儿？
哪里都不去。他们从现在开始要留在伊赛亚之石。我会分出相当的兵力驻守伊赛亚之石。一旦伊赛亚之石被破坏
Protect the stone, protect the city then. Ronnie gazes out the window. The rain has stopped, but the clouds still hang low.
一切都完了。
As he left the command room, you noticed this alien standing nearby. She hesitantly shuffled closer. Ailing shot you a quick glance, then quickly lowered her head, staring at her own feet.
所以，和我一起离开进展镇吧，去一个安全的地方。
Nah.
好不好？
Nah.
我
Sorry.
知道这很自私，但我只想要你平安无事。
Thanks, Ling, but why don't you think it over a bit more? It's a no. Perhaps notice you didn't immediately refuse. A glimmer of hope flashed in Ailing's eyes.
我会等你的，我会等你一起走，到时候城门口见。
Before he can answer, she hurries off, as if afraid to hear a rejection. Other matters can wait. Let's finish Ronnie's commission first.
既然朗尼大人这么说了，这些吃的能保护我们的家，那就再好不过了。我没什么文化，从老爸手里接过来做了10几年的面包，但也是个明事理的人。这笔账还是不用担心，我亲自送去朗尼大人那边。
Bro really is a nice chap.
你说眼镜朗尼想让我们守在外面，不是我不信，到时候我们帮他拖延了，结果自己成了弃子，我们和谁说理去啊？
From the retreat plan, you told them about the escape route Ronnie had prepared.
听着是个靠谱的计划，哎，反正不管怎么样，我们都出不去，对吧？
要我们守住伊赛亚之石是吗？我知道了。
Ever reliable, aren't you? Daria puffed her cheeks with an insistent glaring at Weimar. He tried to dodge her gaze, but gave up and took the chainmail.
魏马尔先生，进攻金盏镇的不只有业种，兴许能挡下一些普通魔物的袭击。
Daria nods empathically at Lilith's words, bobbing her head like a broken doll, then pulls an ornate spiked hammer from the crate. The stench of rot rust hangs in the air. Every breath thick with despair, inhuman howls stare through the silence like a blunt blade scraping bone. Each one closer than the last.
稳住！稳住！弓弩手，上前！
Yeah, sure, we can beat them. Ooh, nice. No tactics could take shape in your mind. It only made sense. Last time you faced the Carmen, you fled in panic. No, we didn't. We beat them. We beat the shit out of them. This time, you had to actually eliminate the enemy. Oh no. Oh no, we are gonna lose. Can I magic attack? Nope. Karmic Warrior. Okay, so last time they didn't even have a sprite. This time they have a sprite but can't attack. It's quite like the first of silver shallots of the first game, isn't it? We haven't finished this part of the game yet, so just please pretend it's working. Oh. Suppose it didn't. What a fight, huh? A streak of pale light pierces the smoke, falling on a blood-soaked banner. The tattered flag still flutters stubborn atop its pole. Oh yeah, my man, we can do it. The Silver Griffin soldier before you mutters to himself, unable to believe what's happening.
会长，可以聊一下吗？
She slips away from the crowd and sidles up to you, her shoulder brushing yours as she lowers her voice.
不久前我们还一起在街上到处打听工作，现在却要和这些人并肩作战了。总觉得有点不真实，对吧？
It sure does.
会长
And we're gonna win for them.
金盏镇的生活怎么样？
I can stand every day here. I don't dislike it, I suppose. I still love it, but I don't hate it either. It's just, I don't want to stand by and watch this place be destroyed. There are people here I can't stand, but also those who've been kind to me. Regardless, they shouldn't have had everything taken from them like this. No one deserves such an end.
冷静地说着像勇者一样的台词呢。我知道会长你的想法了。不管怎样，如果我们要留下来，就相当于把性命压在这里了。你可以接受吗？
Stand your ground in Marigold Town, shoulder to shoulder with its people. Play the hero even when the deck's stacked against you. That's really what you want?
不用有太大的负担，我们也可以一起逃跑哦。
Why, you mean abandon Marigold Town? Lilith nods, her expression free of any shadow, as if she were simply discussing what you have for dinner.
不论你做什么样的选择，我都会跟着你的。
She will, and she will not hate you for it. It's the really scary part sometimes.
只是现在大概是最后的机会了，要走的话，只能趁现在。
Well, we are the protagonists, aren't we? I promised Ronnie I would stay and protect this place.
不管发生什么，
You nod, and Lilith smiles.
我就知道你会这么说的。
辛苦了，你们这一圈看下来，情况如何？
Everyone seems to be willing to cooperate.
这是他们的家，他们一辈子都生活在这里。对大多数人来说，他们早已退伍，抛下金盏镇，开始新生活。对这个石头来说太难了，为自己的家乡拼死一战，得让所有人都活下来。这是我最真实的想法。我要代替威尔逊大人保护金盏镇。我也知道，这样太过天真。
My fucking goat.
但也正，无论发生什么，我都做好了将自己交给这座小镇的打算。你们帮了我这么多，我只在这里和你们说这些。
Ronnie doesn't look at you. He stares intently at the map, afraid of missing any possible demon attack route.
还以为你是个更精明的人，你这样的家伙活下去，对格里芬是件好事。
我正是不够精明，才会来到这里。
You know what? That's fair. You would be at the front lines otherwise, wouldn't you?
一旦金盏镇失守，我会率领残部为你们开道。我相信威尔逊大人的选择。
At first, it's just an ominous crack from the city wall, a tiny fissure splitting open. Okay, it's starting. Before you could react, countless cracks burst outward from that point, spreading in all directions like veins of despair racing across the wall's skin. Next moment, the barrier crumbles, the frenzied demons shriek and surge forward like a tide of death, shattering the final line of defense. On the second day, the Demon Lord's army breached Marigold Town's walls, and all 3 magic barriers pouring into the city. No one ever expected this hellish scene of despair to descend upon them so quickly. Oh shit, it's going down? The earth-shaking commotion outside doesn't change Ronnie's expression one bit. He issues precise orders to the Adventurer Guild Master in the command room.
各位，战况与我们不利，你们要迅速前往位置进行救援。
The town's almost.
队长，顺序交给你来决定，但时间紧迫，没多少休息的时间了。卡莲。
Helen shakes her head and grips her sight tighter.
我想到了家乡的事，那一天也是这样。
没事的，卡莲，这次你不是一个人。
守住阵线
Hold the line! For the Kraken even fade, a cold terror seizes everyone by the throat. A flash of steel streaks past. The guard doesn't even have time to scream before his iron blade is torn like paper. The soldiers grit their teeth and level their spears at the Karmics. They outnumber the enemy, yet they feel like the ones surrounded. Their comrades' warm blood splatters their faces colder than ice. A crossbow bolt screams through the air, striking the Karmic's unarmored eye with deadly precision. Nice shot, man.
你们格里芬发的武器倒是不错。
退下吧，剩下的交给我们。
Let's go. So anyway, Mag attack.
你们来了。
Indeed. You're hurt. You need to rest.
别动我，让我……这个才是舒服一点。重要的是外面如何？我看拖来这里的士兵越来越少了。
我们失散了一批人，不过街上确实一片混乱，城区已经彻底失守了。
It's not looking nice.
真麻烦。本来只想图个安稳度日，事情总是……我是不是压根儿不该做什么神官啊？根本就不符合我的性格嘛！
坏马尔先生。
Mark licks his tongue and looked away.
要赶快用草药热敷伤口才行。
哎呦，这样就够了啊！哎，让我起来。
Voice, man.
趁进攻停歇的时候啊，
Honestly,
我们要把尸体拖进来。
He's doing an incredible job.
你们不用帮我了，还有更重要的事要你们去做。
救援告一段落了，接下来该返回朗尼那边了。那是什么
？Cat.
通讯水晶的光变强烈了。
Oh, is it Wilson? Holy, oh man. Maybe we should have really left him to die.
他被黑雾感染了。
Wilson's towering figure stands out like a mournful monument. His body riddled with scars, so wounds cut to the bone, overlapping with fresh gashes still raw and bleeding. He each won a Medal of Honor from fighting to the death for humanity. Yet now, these marks of valor are being defiled and consumed by the ominous dark mist writhing upon them, like malevolent vines burrowing into fresh wounds, as if drinking his lifeblood in agony.
家族政治。
It approaches step by step, each footfall, both the heavy curtain call of a hero and the grotesque birth of a monster.
格里芬王国，并非所有人都想抵御魔王军，他们想靠这场战争，这些死亡，为自己的家族谋取更多利益。
I suppose those were deep down part of his thoughts, huh? Yeah.
他们本想让我就那样死在那里，未曾想，阴差阳错间，我却成了格雷芬的英雄。即便如此，我也不可能再重回政治了。
A hint of sorrow flickers across Wilson's twisted features, as if he were truly standing here, contemplating these matters. Subjugate, shadow-touched Wilson. You draw your long sword, its blade gleaming cold in the firelight, pointed straight at the hero of Ode. He's no longer the hero Wilson, and he's no longer your commander. What's before you? Every scar in his body was earned fighting for us. Now it's our turn to fight for him. We can do this. What we can do is give him peace as a warrior. Let's give Wilson a proper send-off. Ooh, that's a lot of HP. Sick animations. Potato damage. Insta-killed. They really need to adjust these damages and the combat balance. Wilson stumbles, then crashes to his knees. The murky darkness in his eyes recedes like a tide, revealing a fleeting, heartbreaking clarity. He looks down at the sword piercing through his body, then slowly raises his head, his gaze sweeping over every grief-stricken and terrified face before him. He forces something close to a smile, one filled with endless weariness, regret, and resignation. His last ounce of strength, he presses his dusty and glory-stained palm gently over his heart, an ancient gesture of oath and blessing. All that remains is the sword plunged into the ground, and a blessing weighing heavy on everyone's hearts. Every time the roar of the Demon Lord's army or the crash or of collapsing buildings echoes from outside the walls, the lights flicker violently, and shadows claw across the walls. The demon yell, "Fuck!" The room is so packed, there's barely room to stand. Ragged civilians huddle in corners, clinging to what little possessions they have left, or to each other, eyes hollow. The soldiers breathe heavily, backs against the walls or each other, most are wounded, armor battered, weapons propped on the ground. Occasionally, a wounded man lets out a pain groan, weakly swallowed by the deathly silence, as if afraid the sound might summon the demons beyond the door. What's the situation now?
除了伊赛亚之士的神官外，城区全部失守。现在你所看到的。
外面还有数不清的魔王。
Oh, you stayed?
我们会变成什么样啊
To be fair, I'm surprised you survived.
可是会长他们都已经被野种。
Her face.
你是
She recognized you, and her tense shoulders relaxed slightly.
艾琳，她没有走。 他说要去找
Yo,
你，
where is
所以
she?
留了下来。那个笨蛋。
Where'd she go?
不知道，我们很担心他，所以又折了回来。结果到处都找不到他，只能先退回这里。
Honestly, props to you guys for coming back here for her.
我们不是要怪你，这是他自己的选择。
Still though, why didn't we go tell her no,
但是
we aren't going with
艾琳
you?
是我最好的朋友。
Just then the command room door swings open. A guard hurries toward Ronnie. Curiosity piqued, you get up and follow along.
老尼大人，魔王军似乎撤走包围了。
Time for one final stand. Upon hearing the guard's report, you and Ronnie move to the window. The Demon Lord's army, once poised to strike, had vanished. Wait, what? Only a few stray monsters still wander aimlessly nearby. Her down. Your gaze swept over the ruins and landed on an overturned wooden chair on the street. One leg was broken, lying crooked in the mud, discarded, meaningless. That chair. Straighten the wooden chair and sit down. He walked over in silence and propped it upright, bracing the broken leg with a few blue sticks. And then you sat down, laying the sword caked with blood and dust across your knees. From this height, The street's decay looks even more stark and glaring. Wait, what exactly is the Morphean paradox?
追逐梦想，还是追逐梦境的人呢？如果是追逐梦境的话，你不是更像那个逐梦者吗？你一直追着自己的梦走到这里吗？但是你放心，无论发生什么，我都会保护好你的。逐梦者，你可以相信我哦。
Lilith alone can be trusted more than anyone else.
我不是说过吗？打败魔王，成为最厉害的冒险者。
Really?
以后你就知道啦。
The dead silence of the street is broken by the sound of heavy, synchronized footsteps. It's fucking Genshin Impact. The head isn't a savage karmic soldier, but a humanoid figure in pitch black. Ceremonial robes, his face is pale and handsome, yet lifeless. Like a finely crafted mask, only his eyes burn with twin flames of cold ghostly blue.
快门，不要对他们动手。
福子，你丢下了自己的职责，逃到这里，现在还有脸和我说话？哼，没了魔王城的全能，你不过是个可怜的冒险者。
Does the Demon Lord Castle make her stronger?
痴人做梦。
To be fair, it did happen once.
快蒙，陛下的命令是让你碾碎
yes, the jobbers from the start of the game.
是的。
Before the words were finished, a massive figure roughly shoved aside soldiers at the front. A head taller than the strongest karmic, his bulging muscles threatened to burst through his heavy dark plate armor. And on his left hand, dragging a small, lifeless figure behind. It's Aileen, isn't it?
那是。
Yeah. Aileen's ankle is gripped in his massive hand. Yeah. Her slender limbs sway limply with each of his steps, like a broken doll. Huggerty didn't even glance down at her, just dragged her across the battlefield like garbage. Sand and gravel scrape against her numb arm, leaving a broken trail of dark crimson behind.
你的同伴，还给你！
Please tell me she can still be saved. He stopped, casually tossing the small body on the ground, before kicking up a cloud of dust. Aileen lay crumpled in the dust, her back rising and falling with faint shallow. Okay. Can still. She's not dead. Hold. Her face was half buried in the dirt. You couldn't see her expression, only a strand of blood. Matted hair stuck to her pale forehead.
喂，要赶快治疗！别过去！可是艾琳她……
No, she's not infected, is she? That's easy. I can one-shot him. He charges forward like a moving iron tower, savage eyes locking onto you as if he's about to tear you apart.
各位，快退后！
But Ronnie, my man, no, I can one-shot him. Despite their pale faces, several griffin soldiers charge forward without hesitation, forming a human wall with their battered shoes and bodies between you and Huggerty.
这就是拉哈贝的使徒。
Ronnie's face went pale. He gripped the hilt tightly, channeling power into it, and the ordinary longsword began to hum with a low drone.
各位弟兄，看清楚了，此处便是我们的最后一战。
His roar fades, and he looks at no one behind him. More cries erupt, merging into a tragic wave of resolve. No, everyone stop. Unable to bear watching what comes next, you close your eyes. A tearing pain courses through your entire your entire body finally spreading to your fingertips. As you near the summit, you sense her will growing ever stronger. At this moment, to maintain your will, you must sacrifice yourself. Diving headfirst into the lake, plunging into its depths.
这样只是无意义的。
接待台那边有台利用魔力震动来放大声音的触媒。
真不想被他们救。
要撤退吗，队长？不能辜负他们的意志。
Everything going alright? Will we truly awaken to what's going on with us? The sounds outside the bad world of the outside world faded abruptly. You had to keep diving deeper, no matter how your consciousness drifted. Countless glimmers of memory drift past like 10,000 stars. Countless lives swimming by. You chose to ignore them, dive deeper and reach out. Your hand touched the smooth, hard surface, the bottom of the lake. All was still here, absolute darkness, and absolute silence wrap around you. Once more, you reach toward the final, ultimate boundary. Indescribable sensation spreads through your fingers. Not sand, not stone, but something warm, dense, and brimming with boundless vitality and immense power. As if what he touched was the very cornerstone of his very soul. The first spark of light at the birth of the world. The world outside rushed back into your awareness all at once.
没事了。
Lilith's palm presses against you once more. That undeniable warmth cut through the haze like a lighthouse piercing the fog, and she knows everything that just happened. She 100% knows. She pulled you from the churning flood, anchoring you back to the reality of this moment. Your heartbeat steadied. I will fight to my last breath. Stay with one and the others, Lilith. Take everyone else and go.
你在说什么？
In this world, I have nothing, so there's nothing to miss. I don't want to see my home destroyed like this. Lilith, thank you for taking me in. I want to spend more time with everyone. But now, they need me too.
你想都别想！
Haggerty charged like a maddened beast, his massive frame hurtling forward with unprecedented fury. Each footfall shattered the floor tiles, leaving spiderweb cracks in his wake. A blinding, violent surge of light erupts from within you. This isn't blazing like fire, but rather like the first ray of dawn piercing the eternal night, bearing an inviolable, supreme majesty. A stream of light surge and flow along your blade, as if alive.
这是什么？
That's the Morphean paradox. The is important. Paimon narrows his eyes. He senses the dark mist swirling in the air, shrieking agony as the ice and snow melt away, purified in an instant. The karmic warriors swarmed toward you all at once. The blades flashed and massive bodies shattered and crumbled in the light. Crush them. Golden light surges through your body, drawing silently within. As you wish, you raise your sword and answer with your entire soul. Crush them. I missed one. Fuck me.
不过是一只碍眼的虫子。
唐家提，别过去！
Haggerty's attack was completely blocked by the radiance. The light seemed alive, coiling up his arm like searing acid devouring his flesh. Haggerty jerked back his arm, stumbling backward. For the first time, sheer disbelief and horror spread across his face. His movements are elegant, precise, and faster than you could have imagined, as if he had reversed this countless times.
光辉总是短暂而易逝。
The next instant, the rune, laden with malevolent curses, tore through space and pierced your radiant barrier. The moment the dark curse touches your chest, the amethyst suddenly bursts with a hauntingly beautiful glow. Cracks spread like a spider's web, and it finally crumbles into drifting crystal dust like the amethyst column had given you. Crystal dust drifted slowly through the air, reflecting Paimon's suddenly pale face.
这不是此事的存在。
It isn't. Is the thing.
以为靠这种小把戏就能忤逆陛下？
无论如何，陛下的意志已铭刻于此地。届时，我们会再来收割金盏镇。阿加提，我们走。
别命令我！
Haggerty lets out a reluctant growl, his single eye glaring daggers at you before he spins around abruptly. A black portal unfurled silently behind the two apostles, like a wound torn into reality itself. The remaining demon lord's army floods through like a tide. Paimon casts one last meaningful glance at your way before vanishing with Haggerty through the other side of the gate. Oh. Yep, here we go. The early access journey comes to a pause for now. Thank you so much for playing. I'll get you this point for trusting us with your time and patience. We know there's still plenty to improve, content's being polished, pacing refined, and there may be bugs or moments where the experience isn't as smooth as we'd like. Yeah, every piece is important. Yep. Your thoughts when you drive feel uncomfortable, but you'll like to see more of it everything carefully and will continue to improve. Great for your understanding and support from your own. We'll keep working hard to make this journey more complete and more exciting. Hell yeah, return to reality. Okay. Well, and this is where our early access journey ends. From what I read from their announcements, this is just Arc 1 and for both the story and each of the individual characters, so there's probably a lot more to come. Now, I think we can, though this is very early access, they are probably still going to refine a lot of the systems more, like pacing, how you assign members to the different quests, the story progression, combat. I assume a lot of it's getting improved throughout game development. But it should give you an idea of how the game is going to be played. You'll order your units should go into certain quests, you go into others, how the combat works, how your decisions affect the story. Whether you save, I assume at least, for example, an example in this first arc would be how you save, whether or not you save Wilson, for instance. But there's probably, hopefully, a lot more of variety based on your actions. Though I'll admit, I would have to play more to see if that has already been implemented in any way. I really liked what I saw here. It's definitely a very interesting concept, and it does seem like they have the shape of it, more or less, though I do want to see them fully realize this in the final release. Still though, I'm very interested to see how more ways in which this connects to the first game. Like, we obviously saw at the very start that we were in like Wonderland, I think is what Lilith called it. We were in Wonderland with her, so this may just be another scenario she created to be with us. It would not be impossible, though there may also be something more. And I also really want to see I want to see more of like what made the first game so special, which was like it was half of it was just philosophical dissertation and Lilith talking to you in a very surreal kind of way, and I think we're probably getting that later on into the story, but maybe not. Maybe that's the style this game's going for is completely different, though it's probably still touching upon the core themes of the first game. Like, we still see sometimes, as I think exclusively when talking to Lilith, where she will sometimes just hug you out of nowhere, or just start talking philosophically and asking weird questions. That definitely reminds me a bit of the first game. I enjoyed what was here. They definitely have a lot to polish, but yeah, those are my thoughts. It was fun. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. And do give the game a shot, because if the game is anything like what it should be, your own decisions and choices may lead to a very different outcome in this first act. So, give the game a try yourself, experience the combat and whatnot, and do play the Non-Existence of You and Me, the game before this, because it is a fully realized experience, and one I would very much recommend. That's it. See ya.